Imagine the skies over war-torn Europe during World War II. Amidst the chaos, two aerial legends are born. One, a versatile phantom of the skies, the other, a titan of the air, a fortress with wings. Today, we're pitting these two icons against each other in a hypothetical ultimate survival showdown. This is the De Havilland Mosquito versus the Boeing B-17 Flying Fortress. Now hold on. I know what you're thinking. This isn't a fair fight. One's a fighter bomber, the other's a heavy bomber. And you're right. In their typical roles, they rarely went head-to-head. But what if we strip away their usual missions? What if we place them in a pure survival scenario? A one-on-one duel where only one gets to fly home. This isn't just about bombs and bullets, it's a deep dive into the ingenious tactics, groundbreaking technology, and raw pilot skill that define their legacies. You'll be amazed by what these machines and their crews were truly capable of. Let's meet our contenders. First, the De Havilland Mosquito. Affectionately nicknamed the Wooden Wonder or Mossy, this British aircraft was a masterpiece of innovation. Its secret weapon? It was built almost entirely of wood. Spruce, birch plywood, and balsa, held together with casein glue. This wasn't some cost-cutting measure, it was a stroke of genius. Wood was a non-strategic material, meaning its production didn't compete for the precious metal needed for other war machines. More importantly, this wooden construction made it incredibly light and gave it a remarkably smooth aerodynamic surface. Combine that with two powerful Rolls-Royce Merlin engines, the same legendary power plants found in the Spitfire and Hurricane, and you have a recipe for breathtaking speed. A late-war Mosquito could top 400 miles per hour, making it one of the fastest operational aircraft of its time. It could outrun most of the Luftwaffe's fighters. Its design philosophy was simple: speed is armor. Why weigh yourself down with heavy defensive guns and armor plating when you can simply outrun any threat? This allowed the Mosquito to excel in a staggering variety of roles: fast bomber, night fighter, photo reconnaissance aircraft, and even a potent fighter bomber armed with cannons and rockets. In the other corner, we have the American heavyweight champion, the Boeing B-17 Flying Fortress. And that name is no exaggeration. This was a war machine built for one purpose: to fly deep into enemy territory, absorb incredible punishment, and deliver its payload with precision. The B-17 was a marvel of rugged engineering. Its strength lay not in speed or agility, but in pure, unadulterated toughness and defensive firepower. Decked out with up to 1350 caliber machine guns covering nearly every angle, a B-17 flying in formation with its squadron was like a porcupine of the skies. This overlapping field of fire created a deadly curtain of lead for any attacking fighter. We've all seen the famous photos and film reels of B-17s returning to base riddled with holes, engines on fire, chunks of their tails missing, and yet they brought their crews home. They were designed to take a beating. 4 massive Wright Cyclone radial engines gave it the power to carry a significant bomb load over long distances. But its top speed was a comparatively modest 280 miles per hour, making it a vulnerable, albeit tough, target. So the stage is set. The nimble, lightning-fast Mosquito versus the durable, heavily armed B-17. Let's imagine our survival scenario. A lone Mosquito and a lone B-17 encounter each other over the North Sea. No escorts, no squadron support. Just one-on-one. Who has the edge? The Mosquito pilot's first and greatest advantage is speed and maneuverability. The Mossy can dictate the terms of the engagement. It can choose when to attack, from what angle, and when to break away. The B-17, by contrast, is a lumbering giant. It can't outrun, it can't outturn. It has to stand and fight. The Mosquito pilot would likely use a boom and zoom tactic. Using its superior speed and climb rate, the Mossy would position itself high above and behind the B-17 in its blind spot. Then it would dive down, unleashing a devastating volley from its 4 20mm Hispano cannons mounted in the nose for concentrated firepower. A short, accurate burst from these cannons could shred a B-17's control surfaces, knock out an engine, or even ignite a fuel tank. After the attack run, the Mosquito would use its speed to zoom back up to a safe altitude, reposition, and prepare for another pass. But don't count the Flying Fortress out just yet. The 10-man crew of a B-17 was a well-oiled team. The moment the Mosquito is spotted, the call goes out. Bandit, 6 o'clock high. The gunners, in the tail, the waist, the ball turret, the top turret, would swing their heavy 50 caliber guns to bear. This is where the B-17's fortress mentality comes into play. The Mosquito pilot has to be incredibly precise and gutsy. That attack run is a flight through a storm of lead. The 50 caliber rounds from the B-17's guns were powerful and had a long range. A single lucky hit could damage the Mosquito's wooden airframe. puncture a radiator for one of its liquid-cooled Merlin engines, or worst of all, injure the pilot. And unlike the B-17, the Mossie had no defensive gunners to watch its back. The pilot and navigator were on their own. The B-17's greatest chance of survival lies in its durability and the skill of its gunnery crew. The bomber could absorb a surprising amount of 20mm cannon fire and keep flying. Its engines were air-cooled radials, which were generally more resilient to combat damage than the Mosquito's liquid-cooled inline engines. A single puncture in a coolant line could cause a Merlin to overheat and seize within minutes. The B-17 pilot's job is to fly straight and steady, giving the gunners the most stable platform possible to land a hit on the fast-moving Mosquito. Let's consider the technology. The Mosquito's wooden construction had another surprising benefit. It had a smaller radar cross-section than an all-metal aircraft, making it harder for some German radar systems to detect. While not a true stealth aircraft, this low observability was a definite plus. In our duel, this might not be a huge factor, but it speaks to the advanced thinking behind its design. The B-17, on the other hand, was packed with defensive tech. The famous Norden bomb sight was a mechanical marvel for its time, but in a one-on-one fight, its most important tech was the Sperry Ball turret. This belly-mounted glass sphere housed a gunner with two 50-caliber machine guns, covering the vulnerable underside of the bomber, a favorite attack zone for fighters. A Mosquito pilot attacking from below would have to face this gunner head-on. So, who wins? In a single pass, the advantage is with the Mosquito. Its speed and concentrated firepower give it the element of surprise and a powerful punch. A skilled Mossie pilot could likely cripple the B-17 before its gunners could effectively react. However, if the Mosquito pilot is hesitant, or if their first pass isn't decisive, the odds start to shift. With every passing second, the B-17's 10 gunners have a chance to land that one lucky shot. The longer the engagement drags on, the more the B-17's raw toughness and defensive firepower come into play. It becomes a battle of attrition, a war of nerves. Can the Mosquito pilot press the attack and avoid getting hit? Or can the B-17 crew hold on long enough to bring down their nimble assailant? Ultimately, in this hypothetical survival showdown, I'd have to give the edge to the De Havilland Mosquito. Its ability to control the fight, to attack from positions of advantage, and to disengage at will is simply too great a tactical advantage to overcome. The B-17 was a magnificent aircraft, a symbol of resilience, but it was designed to fight in formation. Alone, its vulnerabilities are exposed, and the Mosquito was precisely the kind of predator perfectly evolved to exploit them. But what an incredible matchup! The Wooden Wonder, a testament to speed and innovation, against the Flying Fortress, a monument to endurance and firepower. Both were legendary machines, flown by incredibly brave crews, and their stories are a crucial part of aviation history. What do you think? Would you bet on the Mossie's speed or the Fortress's firepower? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into WWII's aviation history. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like it, please hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel. It really helps us out. We'll see you in the skies on the next one.